All right, good afternoon, traders. Hopefully, everyone is having a good day today. All market indices up today. Now, before I get into the show, I really do want to thank all my subscribers. I really do appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. Now, if you're not a subscriber and you happen to be watching the show, go ahead and do so. I really do think you're going to get a lot of valuable information from my technical analysis. All right, with that, as you know, we are going to go over the SPY. We are going to go over one stock that one of our subscribers had asked me about. I am going to go over another stock that I did talk about from Sunday's show and why I still think it's a buy. And then I will give you the three stocks that I think that are technically setting up really nicely going into tomorrow. All right, guys, with that, let's check out the SPY. All right, guys, so as you know, from last week, we had made that 52-week high. We had gap down, touched this 50-day moving average. And then from yesterday's show, we did a nice bounce here from off that 50-day moving average. And then if you remember from yesterday's show, I said it is imperative, it is extremely imperative that we get back above that 10-day moving average, and that's what happened today. And we did finish real nicely, towards the highs of the day. And I really like the way we are setting up for tomorrow. Now, there's only one thing that I am concerned about. Now, it's this gap from that 52-week high that we made and then that the preceding days gap down. Now, are we just closing this gap and then we're going to fail? Well, tomorrow is the day. Tomorrow or the next day is the day. We have to start making new 52-week highs. Now, if tomorrow we start breaking below this 10-day moving average and taking out today's low tomorrow, watch out, guys. I think we're in a lot more pain. I'm hoping that since we did close near the highs of the day, that we can take out that 52-week high from 6-7 trading days ago. Okay, so watch those key levels, see how we open, see if we hold this 10 SMA. If we see it, again, if we start taking out today's low tomorrow or the next day from there, watch out. We're probably going to not only retest this 50-day moving average, but come all the way back down initially at this value area high. And remember what I said from Sunday's show, this Fibonacci retracement level all the way down here at 345 could possibly come into play. All right, guys. All right, that was it. Now, we did have one subscriber, Tim. He had asked me about OEG. He said, "Can you please give me some technical analysis on OEG?" He had a really nice move. It had pulled back a little bit. He wanted to know what I think. Well, look, I really do think the chart looks amazing. Now, I wouldn't personally buy right here. It had a nice pullback, mind you, today. It was down about 5.5%, but I think this has a little more room to go down, right? So watch how this plays out. Again, I want to see this 10 SMA come into play at some point. Now, it doesn't mean that the stock is going to go straight down to this 10 SMA or this midpoint Bollinger Band. It could very easily just bounce around here for 2 or 3, 4, 5 days, get this 10 SMA moving up. Remember, this moving average is going to move up as time goes out, right? So watch this very carefully. Watch for a better trade location if you are interested in OEG. I really like the way it's a really strong move towards that $11.20. I really do think this is just getting started. And again, but it's all about trade location. So with that in mind, remember this 10 SMA, this midpoint Bollinger play should come into play before you get into the stock. Okay, that is OEG. Hopefully, Tim, that does answer your question. All right, with that, I want to go over one stock that I did recommend from Sunday. Had a really good day today. That is MARA. Hopefully, you guys were able to watch the show, got into it, had a nice day today. It was up 9.6%. Wow, this one I think is going to be a monster. They're a miner in Bitcoin. They do have over 4,182 coins. They had purchased for approximately $150 million. Now with that in mind, they paid 31,167 per coin. And now at the price at 37,000 bucks, that's about a $24 million appreciation just on that investment, guys. So again, those are the fundamentals. I don't really want to talk about that. Let's talk technicals. Okay, so if you take a look at this, we had that 52-week high at 58.37, pulled back down near this midpoint Bollinger Band. But you know what? Since this is an extremely volatile stock, usually pegged to Bitcoin and how well that does, it doesn't surprise me that this midpoint Bollinger Band had been breached a little bit, but yet recovered, even though it had passed, it had broken below that. Okay, so again, for tomorrow, for the next day or two, watch some key levels. Watch this key level. Watch today's high. If you want to get into MARA, watch that first 30-minute time frame. If you want to get in after that first 30-minute candle, that first 30-minute time frame. We take it out on the upside. Watch today's high, add to it at 23.43, which is today's high, and then add again when it starts breaking above that high from the 29th, which happens to be at 24.18. Okay, so those are some really key levels to watch. If we start breaking above that, watch Bitcoin too. If Bitcoin starts going on a tear, this stock is going a lot higher. That is MARA. All right, let's go into the three stocks that I think that are setting up real nicely going into tomorrow, and then I will let you go for the night. First one is one that we've played in the past, is BB BlackBerry, down 21% today. But let's take a look. We made a nice 52-week high about 4 trading days ago at 28.77. Since then, it's crashed essentially. It's right here at this midpoint Bollinger Band right there. So this is a really good time to buy the stock. It had a massive move. It's pulled back. It should start stabilizing. The price should start stabilizing here. Now, again, for tomorrow, watch that first 30-minute candle. What I mean by that, if we break below that today's low, do not buy this stock. It's going to go lower, probably down to this 50-day moving average. Now, again, watch that first 30-minute candle. If on that second 30-minute candle, we take it out, I would be a buyer and then use today's low of 11.08 as my out. Okay, that is BlackBerry. Be a buyer after that first 30-minute candle. Use today's low as your out. Okay, guys, that's BlackBerry. All right, next stock that looks really good going into tomorrow is one that we haven't played in the past, had a really bad day, FIZZ. If you take a look at this one, had a nice 52-week high of $196, came back down right here at this 10 SMA right here. Now, it did break below it. It did gap down, but the nice thing is it did hold yesterday's high. Now, going into tomorrow, it needs to hold not only today's high, but yesterday's high for tomorrow. Again, I'm going to sound like a broken record. That's because our MO, the way we operate, is always going to be the same. Again, be a buyer on some strength on that first 30-minute time frame. See if we can break above that first 30-minute time frame on the upside. Then I will buy some FIZZ and then clearly use today's low as my out. Okay, that's 118.33. Okay, so that what that means is our risk reward setup for a $120 stock is really tight, so our trade location should be perfect in FIZZ. All right. Last stock on the list, and I'll let you go, is going to be PETS, another one that we haven't played in a while. Again, 52-week high a few days ago at $57, came all the way back down. Let me zoom in here real quick. Let me show you a few things. Look where we touched that 50-day moving average right here, right? So look at that. Held it yesterday, held it today. So again, for tomorrow, I'm going to sound like a broken record. Buy this on a breakout above that first 30-minute time frame, and then clearly use today's low of 32.71 as your out. Okay, that is PETS. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. My name is Eric. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave it down below, and I'll make sure to get right back to you with any questions you may have on technical analysis. All right. Now, again, I do want to thank all my subscribers. I really do appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. Now, if you're not a subscriber and you happen to be watching the show, go ahead and subscribe. I really do think you're going to get a lot of valuable information from my technical setups. I give you the ins, why we're getting in, the out price, why we're getting out, and I really do think you're going to do really well with these setups. All right, everyone, have a great evening, and remember, trade smart and be safe.